How's it going, everybody? Brett Mix here. This is the 40th video I've done for WrestleMania review since this is the second night of WrestleMania 39. It's the only part 2 I've done, so it is the 40th WrestleMania review I've done. So thank you for watching them since the start, if whoever's been following along, or if you just happened upon this video, welcome to the WrestleMania 39 part 2. I just want to give my channel a plug. I just want to say hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. I put about wrestling all the time, every day. So if that piques your interest, hit subscribe. I would appreciate it. And now let's get to night 2 of WrestleMania. Night 1 was about an 8.5 out of 10. I changed that rating from 8 out of 10 to 8.5 out of 10. Let's see what night 2 would be, and then we're going to mix both ratings, and then we'll get one collective rating for the event. This one started off with Brock Lesnar and Omos. I think most of us knew that this match wasn't going to be a technical classic, but Omos did the short power moves, the bear hugs, the Andre the Giant type moves. Brock Lesnar came back at the end, though. He didn't control till like 80% of the way through. And then he started hitting suplex after suplex of the big man, finally finishing him at the F5 at 4:55. So I gave this match 2 stars. It was pretty simple. It was a good, decent decision to get the show open with it. Usually they start with a tag match, but this one was. Then they have the Power Match second. But this time they did the tag match second with the power match first. So just a little bit of a change up from the first night. As the next match we had Ronda Rousey and Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. So a 4-way ladies tag, and this one had decent action in it. It was your standard ladies tag though, multi-woman tag. It wasn't anything great, but it wasn't bad either because the work was watchable. And it ended when Ronda Rousey was tagged in and she did an armbar on Shotzi at 8:27, which gave them the submission victory. I rate this 2.5 stars. It was just your perfect little tag team match that would usually get the opening spot, as I mentioned, but second match is still good. So we'll move on from there, as that was 2.5 stars. And now we'll go to the third match on night 2, and that's the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Okay, wow. See, I'm not watching WrestleMania 39 live. I watched WrestleMania 39 after it happened, but when I first saw this, I knew something like this would never be seen again for a long, long time. This was an absolute. Anyone that calls wrestling the word fake, I mean, we all know it's predetermined, but everyone that calls it fake, I don't know if they last a second watching this, let alone being in it. My God, Sheamus's chest is just bright pink within seconds. This is just 3 men beating the love piss out of each other. And how do you review it? It was just 3 guys just killing each other and going to war and just bringing their A game. Gunther is something else, and I'm glad he has this long Intercontinental title reign, which is still going on today. He hit a powerbomb for Drew and got the 1-2-3 at 16:40. I've seen people go as far as rating it 5 stars. I believe Dave Meltzer has it at 5 stars. I give it 4.5, but the very, very high 4.5. Very, very high 4.5 stars rating for that one. It's 16 minutes and 40 seconds. I just think the 3-way is kind of maybe what took it away from being 5 stars. I mean, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I rated Michaels, Triple H, and Benoit 5 stars as a triple threat, so I'm not gonna just be a hypocrite and say any triple threat can't be 5. But I just meant it took away a little bit from this specific match, in my opinion. I think Gunther versus McIntyre or Gunther versus Sheamus, as we saw before, would have worked fine. The 3-way did have its moments. It did have its why it was a good decision to have 3 of them in there, but I just personally there's just a couple of complaints that keep it at 4.5 stars. It's hard. I'm trying to justify myself for not giving it more than 4.5 stars, but 4.5 is an excellent rating. That's like giving something a 9 out of 10. So yeah, no need to really further explain that. But it was a great match, a classic, one of the best in WrestleMania history, and it's probably the best triple threat match since that WrestleMania 20 match I had alluded to. And how do you follow that match? Well, that's what Bianca Belair and Asuka had to do. Asuka. Very hard for these ladies to go on after that. The crowd wasn't too into it, but it went 16:05, and Belair got the win after the kiss of death. And I rate the match 3.25 stars. I thought they did a great job out there, but like I said, they had to follow the other match. Kind of a hard thing to do. Then we had Shane McMahon versus The Miz as Snoop Dogg introduced Shane McMahon, who came back to a good pop, but he did a bunch of dancing in the ring, and I don't know if that's what wore his knee out, but when he got in a match with The Miz, an impromptu match, he blew out his quad, and the camera wasn't showing him at all. Just like in the next match with Finn Balor with his blood, that I'll get to. When the camera doesn't show something, that's when it's real. That's when you know it's real. That's when you know it's not a work. That's when you know something's really happening. Is when they're not showing it to you. Because the WWE would love to show you anything that's a work, if it's actually a work. So you should know that Shane was really hurt there, and Snoop Dogg did a good job improvising. I don't know if he had someone in his ear. I don't know if the match director was at ringside and kind of said, do this. I wouldn't be surprised. They usually have people out there calling audibles for people in case shit happens like that. Good improvising though. That was great. That was a great way to cover for Shane's injury. And so Snoop Dogg did a good job on the mic. He did a good job at the people's elbow. He was actually impressed me. I just thought he was originally, when he went to WrestleMania, he was just there to have a good time and laugh. But no, he actually impressed me. Next we had Brood Edge versus Finn Balor the Demon inside Hell in a Cell. This is a cool little match because they didn't brawl or anything at first. They just went straight for the weapons. Just might as well get to what the point of the Hell in a Cell. That's why everybody wants to see anyway. Couple cool moves with Finn Balor being positioned into the corner of the cell with sticks blocking him, kendo sticks blocking his way out, and cool moves like the coup de grace through the table. Well, Edge moved the announce table, or not the announce table, the table that was set up in the corner. He moved and he hit the coup de grace through it himself as Edge rolled out at just the right time. Edge threw a ladder right at Finn Balor and it busted him open, and that's what took away the match a little bit, that they had to stop the fans booed as they didn't show Finn Balor again. So it's real again. So they don't show Finn Balor. That's why, it's because it's really happening. He's actually bleeding, and they covered that up. And the match continued, and they hit more big spots, and it was a great little Hell in a Cell match. It wasn't anything classic. It was just a great little ride, and I think it deserves about 3.5 stars. I gave it 3.5. I figure that's fair. I didn't think it deserved anything really over 4 stars, but 3.5 seems right as Edge got the victory. Edge kind of goes back to his old roots there, the Dark Brood days. The Hall of Fame class is up next. Rey Mysterio headlined it. Stacy Keibler, Andy Kaufman, referee Tim White, and there's a couple other the Great Muta and somebody else, but that's all that I remember for right now. All deserving, obviously. So it's good to see that they got their recognition. Now we have the main event, Undisputed Universal Championship, Roman Reigns with Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman versus Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. People wondered if Cody Rhodes was going to have his Hollywood ending for the main event of WrestleMania. It just didn't come to be. Roman Reigns had a 952-day reign going into this match, and he comes out extending it. Reigns won the match at 34-35. I give this match 4.5 stars. This was over a half hour of epic wrestling. This was a story that had drama. It had a mix of everything. We had the Usos come in at the end. We had Zayn and Owens coming in the end. And it all ended with Solo Sikoa did a spike to the throat of Cody Rhodes. And Roman Reigns hit both ropes and then the spear. And that's how he won at 34-35. And it was just an epic encounter. Just an all-time classic. This night was just as good as night 1. I give this an 8.5. So, 2 8.5s out of 10 would be a 17 out of 20. So that's whatever a 17 out of 20 is what I rate WrestleMania. It's not quite 7 out of 10 if my math is correct. But I'd put this at a 8.5 out of 10. I think that's what it averages out to be. My math, I'm sorry if I'm doing bad math right now. But 8.5, I'd give this WrestleMania out of 10. It was really fun doing all the WrestleManias, going back and watching 1 to 39. If you haven't seen the reviews I've done, I put them all on the old pay-per-view there in the playlist. I did the Royal Rumbles, WrestleMania, so what now was there to do? There's SummerSlam, Survivor Series, King of the Ring, and there's random pay-per-views. And there's a lot of other things I can do. I haven't thought of them yet. But if you have any suggestions, hit me up in the comment section below. And as always, like and subscribe. So WrestleMania 39 with more classics. I also have a list of about 1,500 matches that I consider 3.5 stars or over. So I don't know, I might do something with that. So a lot of classics at WrestleMania 39, 8.5 out of 10 I'd rate it. Both nights were stupendous. That's how we did it for WrestleMania 39. So thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. I'm Brett Mix, and I'm out.